Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and this channel is called EJ Wellbeing. If you're new here, thank you for coming to my channel and take a look at my other videos. I will put a link in the description box down below. So today I wanted to share a little bit about what the carnivore diet is for those newbies out there or carnivore curious people attempting to try this crazy diet. Stick around to the very end because I give my top tips on how to survive and how to get through a carnivore diet in the first few weeks. Now, the carnivore diet is a meat-based diet of eliminating all other foods apart from animal products. Now, you can go to different levels with this. Some people are meat-based with fruit. Some people are strict lion diet, which is red meat and ruminants only. And there's a whole variation in between the two that you can follow. Traditionally, this diet is thought to be the most human species appropriate diet. Originating from our ancestors, the cavemen. You see the pictures on the caves, people hunting. You don't see a lot of pictures of broccoli in these caves. Meat is believed to be the most bioavailable form of protein and fat and nutrients for your body. Your body can easily absorb the nutrients from meat because of the following. In plants, there are a whole range of chemicals from phytonutrients, oxalates, phytic acid, anti-nutrients, all of these chemical compounds to name a few and more that prevent you from absorbing the full nutrient compounds from their food. So these little anti-nutrients come along and attack your body and prevent you from absorbing said nutrients from said food. Foods that are allowed on the carnivore diet, all ruminant foods, lamb, beef, wild-caught venison, all cuts of beef, all cuts of lamb, any kind of ruminant animal. You also have options like pork, fish, poultry, eggs, dairy, all these things are available to you. On the carnivore diet, it's up to you how far you want to go with it. So if you want to go full lion diet, like Michaela and Jordan Peterson do, which is just ruminants only, meat, salt and water. Also, Dr. Anthony Chaffee does that too. That's completely your choice. If you have severe autoimmune issues, severe reactions to food, then maybe the lion diet is for you and that's probably the best way to go. If, however, you are healthy, maybe have some minor health issues that you want to tweak a little bit, then maybe the first step to carnivore for you is the whole range of animal foods. So all things from an animal, any animal, including cheese, milk and fish and all these different things that we can. For me, I do mostly ruminants and I do occasionally have some cheese and eggs and bacon. I do still drink coffee because I really enjoy coffee. I know coffee is not for everybody, and maybe for you, for your health, cutting out coffee might be beneficial for you. For me, it doesn't seem to affect me at the moment, and right now I'm really happy drinking my coffee. So the choice is yours with coffee. On the carnivore diet, the main focus is the protein and the fats that you consume. It's a very low, potentially zero carbohydrate diet unless you're drinking milk, and maybe some cuts of meat contain a minimal amount of carbohydrates, but that's very negligible. The benefits you will feel from following a carnivore diet: your mental health will improve massively, your mental clarity and your focus will improve massively. If you have brain fog or migraines or any issue focusing, depression, anxiety, those issues will diminish on a carnivore diet. I know this because this is what I experienced myself. Now, everybody has different issues, everybody has different variations of the improvements that they see, but anecdotally, you just have to search online and you'll see the whole array of people who have improved their mental health following a carnivore diet. You can also experience weight loss, a massive reduction in inflammation in your body. If you have any autoimmune issues, like arthritis, for example, Michaela Peterson actually reversed her arthritis on this lion diet that she followed. I myself was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, and through following this diet, I have profoundly less flare-ups. The only time that I will have a flare-up if I go off plan and if I have something that is not considered to be carnivore, I will feel a flare-up then. But otherwise, sticking to a carnivore diet, my symptoms are completely in remission during this time that I stick to a carnivore diet. The biggest thing that people question when following this carnivore diet is it sustainable? Are you going to get scurvy? Are there any other array of nutritional deficiencies? Or what about microbiome in your gut? Now, there hasn't been that many official studies on carnivore, but there is a study, however, done by Harvard, and I will link it down in the description box below. And I think Dr. Kiltz gives a really good explanation of this study. Potential negatives for following this carnivore diet are we don't have that much scientific research on it from birth to the end of life, other than following the Inuits who do meat a predominantly meat heavy, maybe 100% meat based diet. We have no one else to follow, so nobody knows if there's any negative impacts on your health. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence, however, from people saying how much it's improved their health, their mental health, their autoimmune conditions. So I think the research is up to you to do. Dive deep online and maybe experiment. Try the diet, see how you feel, give it a good go. If you don't like it, stop. It's quite simple. Another negative factor for the carnivore diet is the social issue around birthdays, parties, and the big one, Christmas. I think a lot of carnivores have gone off the bandwagon during said times. I did that. I know many other people who have done that. And the beauty is you can choose what you do. You have a choice at the end of the day. If sticking to a strict carnivore or lion diet is better for you because you are an all or nothing kind of person, and if going off plan will make you have a whole year's worth of binging, stick to the carnivore diet during these times. That's going to help you. If you can moderate and going off plan for a day or for a meal is good for you, then do that. I think everybody is so different, and socially these situations can be deemed as awkward, but they don't have to be. Your friends and family, you could just tell them, oh, I'm on an elimination diet for my health, and then they won't question anything. Unless they're really interested in what you're doing, then you can dive a little bit deeper in. The choice is yours. If you go out for a meal and you want to have an off-plan meal, that's totally fine. Nobody is going to come and tell you off. The choice is completely up to you. We are all individuals. One person's strict lion diet might not work for another person's carnivore, flexible, meat-based diet with other stuff added in. And that's totally okay. We're all capable of making choices that feel right for us, and as time goes on, those choices may change over time, and that's completely okay too. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for your next door neighbour, let's say. Everybody has a scale of what was going to work for them and what they need to do, and I know for me, I need a little bit of flexibility. I do really enjoy coffee. Keeping that in makes me feel sane, and having a nice little cheat meal a couple of times a year, maybe at an event, maybe at Christmas, maybe my anniversary or a celebration. I enjoy doing that. However, I do feel the negative health implications of doing that the next day. So in a good place, I will try to get back onto the carnivore diet as close as possible. I did go off the rails a bit at Christmas, as many people did. But I'm back on it now, and I keep coming back to the carnivore diet, and I keep feeling so good when I come back to it. Don't be so hard on yourself if you fuck up. If you go off plan, it's okay. Allow yourself to forgive yourself and then get back on again the next day. It's a new day. Forget history, move on. And just acknowledge that the more you stay carnivore, the more meat you eat, the better the health benefits that you're going to feel. Here are my top tips for getting started on the carnivore diet. So firstly, you need to eat a lot of meat. So if you have the opportunity and you're willing to be patient, I would suggest before you go full strict carnivore, I would suggest adding more meat and more fatty cuts of meat into your current diet, and keep eating as you are. Maybe cut out the processed foods though. Add more meat in. It gives your body time to get used to eating the high amount of fat that you're going to be on the carnivore diet. Give yourself time to slowly reduce the carbohydrates, reduce the processed food, being kind to yourself along the way. And then finally, when you're ready to start the carnivore diet, keep that variety for a while. Eat an array of meats, of animal foods, of proteins, of cheeses. Have all the things in. Another way to do it would be to go strict. Straight away, transition quickly and do it quickly. And that's not what I did. I had to have a slow transition over time to eating more meat. I literally went from being a vegan to carnivore, and in my head I could not eat that much meat straight away. It scared me. But if you're wanting to do it straight away and go for it, bite the bullet, just be prepared for potential side effects. Now, not everybody may feel these symptoms, but sometimes you might do. I did feel a few as I went more carnivore over time. You might get diarrhea, you might be constipated, you might feel what people call the keto flu, which is you get a bit of a cold, you might have headaches, you might get a runny nose and feel fatigue for a few days to a few weeks, in extreme cases a few months. Everybody's transition is very different. Some people don't get any of these negative side effects, so it's completely individual. Something that will help you along the way if you do get these side effects are playing around with the fat ratio. If you're having diarrhea, it's recommended to reduce your fat intake. If you're constipated, it's recommended to increase your fat intake. There is water, salt and electrolytes. You can play around with these different ratios, salting to taste I recommend, and playing around, keeping a food diary of your symptoms, noting if you have a higher salt electrolyte consumption one day, you might feel better or you might feel worse. So play around with it. It's very individual. Again, what works for one person might not work for you. Big thing that really helped me was to prioritize rest during this time of transitioning from whatever diet you're on to a carnivore diet. Give your body time to adapt. We're not all super athletes, we're not all super fit. Some of us are, some of us aren't, and some of us take longer to adapt to the change. Give your body grace and time to adapt to this change on carnivore. Rest. When you first start carnivore, go for the variety of meats. As I have said previously, have things like bacon and eggs, have the sausages, just make sure they are a high meat percentage sausage, that's fine. Have the burger patties, the cheese, the steaks, the fish, the eggs, the milk, the beef jerky, anything that you need to have to make it more palatable for yourself to stick to this diet. Now for me, when I first started, I definitely had a whole variety of foods. My favourite breakfast was bacon and egg. I loved sausages. I did have gluten-free sausages and a very high percentage meat ones, but I did have sausages. I had lots of cheese and I had yogurt, Greek yogurt mixed with clotted cream. Now some might say that that isn't carnivore, but I think when you're first starting out carnivore, it's an animal product, it's produced from an animal, and if that's what helps you to stay on your carnivore journey, for me that's okay. That is questionable to some others of the purist carnivore community, and I think again, if you cannot tolerate dairy, if it gives you flare-ups, if it's not working for your health, don't have it in. And if being more lion diet based is better for your health, go down that route. I think it's very individual and there's so many different options that you can take. The key for me here, being from a very strict, very dogmatic vegan to a very open-minded, more flexible carnivore, listening and learning to my body and from my body and from my own research, I think the key here is to be don't be dogmatic about it. Don't be so strict that it becomes too stressful for yourself to maintain this diet that you go crazy and then you have a big binge of junk food. Be a little bit flexible and a little bit kinder to yourself. If you do fuck up and make mistakes, it's okay. You're not the only one. I have made plenty of mistakes, and in fact, I'm going to do a video of all my mistakes that I have logged, because I recorded so many day ones and I failed so many times, and that's okay. Many people do. If, however, being strict helps you to maintain the carnivore diet, then do that. That's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. The focus is that meat heals, and eating more animal products is going to help and benefit your health. I don't believe that everybody needs to follow the carnivore diet to be healthy. I do believe that everybody needs to eat meat and fatty cuts of meat and animal products to be healthy. I do believe that to be true. So even if you watching this video, you go more animal based and keeping all the other stuff but eat way more animal products, I'll be happy with that. That's good. That's a tick from me. Lastly, I just wanted to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you have any questions, please ask down in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts. Have you experienced veganism, vegetarianism, and tried to add more meat in and you feel better? Have you got a similar journey to me? Are you a strict carnivore now? Have you been carnivore for a long time? Do you eat a junk food diet and are carnivore curious? Let me know down below. I'd be so interested to find out your journey so far. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notifications button to be notified when I release a new video. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I also have a series on my journey from couch to 5k. I need to upload another clip to see where I'm at now with my running journey. I'm running fasted as a carnivore. Stay tuned on that one. Thank you for watching, everybody.